Hey guys, Yankee here, and today I want to be doing my book haul for July, August, and September of 2024. If you watch my last book haul, you know that a lot of the books I was buying are from a podcast I listen to, 372 Pages Will Never Get Back. And that's the same here. I've basically just been trying to get a good backlog of those so I can read through them and kind of try to eventually catch up with where the podcast is. But I've got a couple of other books that aren't related to the podcast, including one here that I'm going to start with that I got, should have been in last video, but I just forgot about it. So two books here that I'll talk about. Short Stories for Japanese Learners, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are basically just short little, like, basically children's books, but with Japanese. I haven't been focusing on it a lot. It's just something I do sort of now and then where I practice Japanese here and there. So I figured I saw these on Amazon one day, picked them up. They're, again, like I said, they're something for kids, which makes them quite easy to read for somebody that's getting into them, and I enjoyed these a lot. Well, it's not like I enjoyed them. The stories were very simple, but I found them useful, right? I haven't been reading a lot for my studying. It's mainly just been practicing like hiragana, katakana, and then some kanji here and there. So I haven't done a lot of actually sitting down and just reading stuff, because it feels kind of daunting to me sometimes to just like, all right, pick up this thing and try and read it. Whereas these were, again, things for children basically. So I found them very easy to approach and to read, and yeah, I found them very useful. Next, let's get to the 372 pages stuff. I don't actually have that many books to go through. So let's just go through them in, I think, the order that they did them on the podcast. Bob Honey, Who Just Do Stuff by Sean Penn. Boy, this book was something. I don't know, like, I did not enjoy this book. The character was miserable. The writer seemed miserable, and it was just a bad time. But at least it was short, and it didn't feel like it dragged, right? I was able to speed through this pretty quickly. Just a short little book, not fun, but I didn't feel like I was suffering. This next book, I do feel like I'm suffering. I've been struggling to read this for like a month and a half. I really don't enjoy it, and that is The Mister. It is just so out of my comfort zone when it comes to reading. Like, I don't read romance stuff like this. And I'm just not having a good time with it. I'm getting close to the end, but again, I've been reading this for months, and I've gone on like significant breaks where I'm not having fun. But yeah, that's The Mister by E.L. James. The next one I got, and I've sort of started going out of order. Like, I'm not getting them in the order the podcast read them. I'm reading them in that order, but I'm just picking books up here and there. So a lot of books I get off eBay. There's a seller that says, like, sells books. If you buy 4, you get like a discount or something. So I just get what they got available. So I've got Digital Fortress by Dan Brown. I haven't touched this yet. But yeah, Digital Fortress. And then the last one I have here is Tyra Banks' Model Land. I listened to this podcast, so I fell behind, and I listened to this, like, starting from this book, basically, earlier this summer. Boy, this book sounds like a trip, and I'm kind of looking forward to reading it myself, but I'm also not, because it's really long, and I don't know how, right? You listen to people talk about bad books on a podcast, you're like, oh, that sounds fun, but when you actually sit down to read them, it's not a whole lot of fun sometimes. So I'm hoping this one's a bit more fun than something like The Mister. But I will say I kind of like the cover a lot. Like, it's really simple, but I kind of like that. I think it's good. All right, and that's all the 372 pages stuff I've got, but I've got this one that's kind of related, and that is the Mystery Science Theater 3000 Amazing Colossal Episode Guide. Again, this is just something I saw on eBay. I liked Mystery Science Theater as a kid. I obviously listened to 372 Pages, which has Michael Nelson, who was on that show. So I picked this up. It was on eBay. It was at auction. I got it for like $10 or something like that. Pretty cheap. And it's just pretty much, as it says, a little episode guide talking about stuff, behind the scenes stuff, things like that. And yeah, that's cool. I haven't read that, but I'm kind of looking forward to getting to it. And now the last thing I got. This is like a weird, out of left field, doesn't really feel like it fits with the rest of the stuff that I'm reading. I guess it kind of fits with the first ones. I bought some children's picture books. Spider-Man, 4 books inside box set. I had these as a kid. And so one day I just thought of them. And then I looked them up on eBay and I saw the set of them. I'm like, all right, let me pick those up. I'll never read these. It's just like a nostalgia thing, something that I had as a kid and now I have again after I don't know what happened to them. But look, it's Spider-Man playing football, or Spider-Man playing baseball. And then we've got a basketball one and a soccer one. So yeah, those are just like some weird children's books, or like they're picture books. They're not like cardboard and everything. They got little notches to make it easier for kids to read. Yeah, I just got those because I had them as a kid, and I figured let me pick those up. It'll be like a fun little thing to have again, right? But yeah, that's gonna do it. Those are all the books that I picked up. Not a whole lot, but a bunch that I still haven't got around to reading, so it'll give me something to do for a while. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.